Well, hello and welcome to Understand Men Now. I'm Jonathon Aslay of jonathonaslay.com, and I'm so excited to be shooting this short video for you today. Our topic, 93% of men choose these two types of women. All right, real quick before I get us started, if this resonates with you and you'd like to learn more about my work, please click the links below. Find out if you'd like to talk to me on the phone or join one of my groups or get my book and that sort of thing. All right, let's just jump into the topic. 93% of men choose these two types of women. These two types of women. Okay, if you are not familiar with something called love attachment style, then I'm going to give you a big dose of education right now, because when it comes to romantic love, we often follow patterns that relate to our childhood. And there's a fantastic book written by Dr. Amir Levine called Attached, which talks about love attachment styles. And this is how we bond with our parents or our surrogate parents during our early upbringing. And there's basically, according to the book, and you're going to have to read it. In fact, go to their website called attachthebook.com to do a quick survey, and I'll remind you this again at the end of this video. But there's basically three types of love attachment styles. Number one, anxious. Number two, avoidant. And number three, secure. Anxious, avoidant, and secure. So basically it works like this. Anxious people tend to be very needy in relationship. In other words, they get their validation through someone else giving them attention. You've seen this before. You most likely have gone out with men who are needy. They come on strong. They basically need you for them to feel good. In fact, that, in many ways, we as humans are conditioned to some extent that we need interaction, but they go beyond that. And this centers around something that happened in their childhood that made them dependent upon their partner to feel good. Okay? Now, the flip side of this is avoidant. These are people that avoid intimacy, that are unable to feel attached. There's a fear going on. There's a fear of being able to trust that love actually exists. So the anxious people try to gravitate and fight for love, and the avoidant people go for flight. They run away from love. And the secure person is the one that's able to navigate a relationship from a fairly stable ground, So why do 93% of men choose these two types of women? So the way it kind of works is something like this. Imagine an anxious man. An anxious man is oftentimes going to choose an avoidant woman. It's just kind of in our programming. We feel like we have to constantly fight to bring the person in. Whereas an avoidant man is going to choose an anxious person, which makes no sense whatsoever, but they tend to choose anxious people, so that gives them so this person's coming towards them and it gives them an opportunity to run away. Okay? And while this percentage isn't exact, 93%, we do see that this is the primary dynamics. People that are anxious choose avoidant. People that are avoidant choose anxious. And by the way, this is true as for men and women as well. One of the reasons why women are frustrated with men, that they seem like they're emotionally unavailable, that they're unavailable to give to the relationship, is because most likely they've chosen an avoidant personality. Because if they're an anxious woman and they're choosing an anxious man, these two will drive each other crazy because they're needy with one another. And two avoidant people are running away from the relationship and they're unable to connect with one another. Now, most everyone watching probably believes themselves to be secure. But I'm here to suggest that we are all on some level either avoidant or anxious. I think the secure people are so very rare out there. And while you might go online to take the test and you might consider yourself secure, ask yourself in your past relationship, have you been the anxious one or have you been the avoidant one? And then look at your past relationships and ask yourself, was the guy with an anxious one or an avoidant one? by checking out the book, and again, I'm going to recommend it again. The book is called Attached by Amir Levine. You will learn so much about yourself and what it takes to create a secure, healthy, happy relationship. Because when you can actually enter into a relationship by being not avoidant, in other words, being able to lean into a relationship, that's an avoidant has a hard time leaning in, and the anxious needs to, create some space so they're not smothering a person. When you can actually ride that space in between, you're actually capable of being in a healthy, happy relationship. And that's what this book helps you to understand. So these are the two types of men choose. I hope you found value in this video. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Please post a comment below if this resonated with you. If you think this is rubbish, if you think I'm full of shit, I want to hear about it. Again, if you want to get on the phone and talk to me, then click the link below. Let's schedule a call to see if coaching is right for you. And certainly I have a group program, which is fantastic as well. Okay, I'm going to sign off this video as I always do, giving you a big, gigantic Jonathan Bear hug if I have your consent. Oh, thank you. Wishing you a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye now.